Now, I done sat on some millionaires' laps before, okay? Or, okay. So I just sat on, okay, not maybe sat on his lap, other places maybe, but I'm, hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Call Her Miss Ross, the unauthorized biography of Diana Ross by our dude, J.R.T. You ain't never read a book like this before. Diana telephoned Julio at his estate in Miami from her private jet to tell him that she was on her way to visit. When she got there, Julio was with Karen Baldwin, a former Miss Universe who was said to be his love interest. With Diana in the room, he supposedly told Karen that Diana was the woman he loved. But then as soon as Diana left, he said to Karen, it doesn't mean a thing. She's a business associate, and I have to be nice to her. Child, I guess letting lovers lie too. Diana pleaded with Julio to accompany her to the island of St. Martin, and he agreed. But then the next day, he changed his mind and disappointed her. Diana was infuriated by that story and said that none of it was true. According to Diana, she and her children did indeed take her private jet to Julio's estate in Miami for a vacation, but he was out of town at the time. She said that she needed to collect herself during this emotional time in her life and that he generously offered his $5 million home as refuge. And then word of that got out, and suddenly we're having an affair, she said. But I'm used to gossip. It's part of what I do. What really happened, according to Iglesias, is that Diana was appearing in Vegas when she confided in him that she had no friends with whom she could spend Christmas. Julio Iglesias was like, what? Such a pretty girl like you on the island of love. Won't you come on down here to Miami? Come stay with me and my family, and we will feed you good. And if you let me bump pocketbooks with you, then we can do that too. But if you don't, it's okay. Julio Iglesias didn't say the bumping pocketbooks part, but I'm sure he was probably thinking that, because what man is going to have the Diana at their house and not, at least try? She and her children stayed with Julio and his children for 3 days. I tell you this story so you can understand better about Diana Ross, he said in an interview. She is a beautiful woman. She is a superstar. She is a great artist, and she loves her children. But for that holiday, she was alone. After the holidays, it was time for Diana Ross to prepare another album, her 5th album for RCA. In February 1985, she began recording Eaten Alive with Barry Gibbs producing. Gibbs co-produced the title track with Michael Jackson.
The Eaten Alive album proved another commercial disaster. On the title track, she again ignored Berry Gordy's rule about the importance of understandable, meaningful lyrics and how they are reflected in record sales. Hardly a word of Eaten Alive made any sense at all.
One album cut, Chain Reaction, was fun to listen to because it was masterfully crafted in the tradition of vintage Supremes. Chain Reaction barely made the top 100. Other Diana singles of late weren't making the charts at all.
The unthinkable had happened. Diana Ross was no longer a top pop recording artist. She had unwittingly trashed her own career as a pop artist star, a career which had been so carefully orchestrated and nurtured by Berry Gordy and Motown over a 20-year period. And all because I must have control. To most observers, it all hardly seemed worth it.
She had said that she spent $50,000 on her own money preparing the Central Park concerts for release as a live album. But RCA was like, no. Why the hell would we produce and pay for an album that provided subpar performances? Okay, girl, don't forget it was raining and the wind was howling. Do you know how much work the engineer is going to have to do? No. Ding. No. When Diana is unhappy because of either business or personal problems, she usually becomes even more difficult. The engagement in Vegas started off on a sour note. According to her contract with Caesar's Palace, the marquee must say Diana Ross and nothing else. Not presenting, not Miss Diana Ross, just Diana Ross. Let me tell you what this lady did. And okay, she Diana Ross. She's entitled to do it. I don't give a fuck if she on the charts or not. She's still Diana Ross. Okay? But anyway, she did, right? She drive up. And it says what it's supposed to say, Diana Ross. And then it say underneath it in smaller letters, coming next week, Sheena Easton. You know Sheena Easton. My baby takes the morning train. He works from 9 to 5 and then that Sheena Easton. Diana Ross was like, no, I don't give a fuck about Sheena Easton. I don't care about that lady. I told you when I perform here, which I do a lot, that I don't want nobody up there but Diana Ross. I don't want them to focus on nothing else but Diana Ross. I don't care about Sheena Easton. I don't care. You're not going to use me as the vehicle to promote that lady coming in next week. Answer no, okay? So then she goes in the back in her dressing room and tell her assistant, you better go get them mother hunchies. You better go tell them because I'm not coming out to perform for nobody until that marquee is what I want it to be. Okay, she's sitting in there twiddling her thumbs. Oh, and y'all, look. The 640 bar ring is available at uptopbeauty.com. It's time for her to go on stage, okay? The lady comes back. Her assistant comes back and say, okay, Diana, it's time for you to come out and perform. Well, did they change the marquee yet? Yes, Miss Ross. I don't believe you. Let me go see myself. Ross in such a mood, child, okay, that she said, okay, bodyguards, security guards, whatever you are, come follow me. This lady in full gown outfit, she walks through the casino, through the lobby of the hotel, all this goodness, walks to the front of the venue to see her name actually there. It was there and it was right. Diana Ross, now I can perform. I don't trust you bitches. Maybe they thought they could try it because she wasn't on the top 100 or top 10 list. Maybe that's what they thought. But girl, Diana, I don't care if she is number 1 or number 372. She's still Diana Ross. You cannot take that from her. Why would you even try that lady like that? The third week in March 1984, Michael Milken, the young junk bond impresario, hosted the annual Drexel High Yield Bond Conference. Oh, if I never respect this lady before, I respect her now. I have so much respect for her. Hold tight. The third week in March 1984, Michael Milken, the young junk bond impresario, hosted the annual Drexel High Yield Bond Conference, also called the Predators Ball. Oh, I like the name of it. Beverly Hills Hotel in Beverly Hills. The ball was attended by every financial wizard in the country, including Ivan Boesky, Carl Lindner, and Carl Icahn, all so-called corporate raiders. Every stockbroker, analyst, and money advisor in the country wanted to be invited to the Predators Ball to be privy to takeover plans and new investment opportunities. In 1982, Frank Sinatra was the surprise entertainer. There was much speculation as to who would entertain this year, and some of the guests began speculating that it would be either Michael Jackson or God. It was Diana Ross. Glory! 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 Now, they may not didn't want Diana Ross there, I don't know. Who cares? Because they wanted Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is like basically on the top of his game right now, okay? But they got Diana Ross, Sorry for them, but hooray for Diana. She wanted to be in company of all these wheelers and dealers, said an associate of Diana's. Michael Milken said there was $3 trillion in that room. Oh my God. $3 trillion. Do you know how many fish dinners? Girl. Oh my God. My baby takes the morning train. She wanted to be in the company of all these wheelers and dealers, said an associate of Diana's. Michael Milken said there was $3 trillion in the room. Diana was right in the middle of it all, soaking up all the money aura. She was becoming quite a wheeler and dealer. She was taught by the best. Barry the Gordon. I think by her attorney, John Frankenheimer, who is a brilliant man when it comes to finances. Above all, Diana likes to consider herself to be a powerful woman. During her performance of More and More, a song from her Eaten Alive album, she sat on the lap of billionaire Carl Linda. Baby, if you do not sit on no other lap in the world, ever, you might want to sit on a billionaire's lap. Now, I done sat on some millionaires' laps before, okay? Or, okay. So I just sat on, not maybe sat on his lap, other places maybe, but Diana entertained in return for the chance to invest in one of Michael Milken's investment partnerships, Reliance Capital Group LP, a portfolio worth billions of dollars. It was said that she made a killing in the investment. Hold on, let me see if I'm reading this correctly. Okay. Diana entertained in return for the chance to invest in one of Michael Milken's investment partnerships. Does entertain mean sell a fish dinner? In March 1984, another announcement was made regarding Ross Josephine Baker's project. Gene Briley, who wrote the screenplay for Gandhi, had been hired to do the script. Francois Lesterlin, president of Eurocom, announced plans to co-produce The Life of Josephine Baker with Diana Ross, but nothing happened. Earlier, I was live today, and somebody said to me that the Richard Pryor biopic is being put on the shelf. Why? Mike, why? But they said just like the Richard Pryor biopic and other biopics, people say that they're going to do them every year. Okay, people come out and be like, oh, I'm going to do it, and nothing ever comes of it. I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't size the American public and think we about to get something fancy, and then we don't never get it, right? But we know that's wrong because my boo, Lynn Whitfield, you old baggedy booty bitch. I love you. Oh, she is so refined. Do I think Diana Ross could have did a good job at it? Yeah, I do. Because Diana Ross is very expressive with her face. Do I think she would have done a better job than Lynn Whitfield? Probably so. To me, she would have. And I love Lynn. But I think Diana would have did an excellent job at Josephine Baker. You know, I know some of y'all be like, no, not her, not Diana. I think Diana pretty much looked more like her than Lynn Whitfield. They tell me that it will be hard to find a man strong enough to love my own strength and independence and not worry about being Mr. Diana Ross. The lady had said in an interview, but I disagree. I know absolutely that man is out there somewhere. In the summer of 1985, Diana vacationed in Lyford Cay in the Bahamas, enjoying a break before the demands of recording sessions for Eaten Alive. As she luxuriated under the hot rays of the Bahamian sun, her 3 daughters made a trio of new friends by the swimming pool. Through the children, Diana met Nace. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now, remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one. Peace. You ain't never read a book like this before.